I had my first job when I was 14 years old. They paid me cash. I was a hustler since back then. From there, I worked at a sushi restaurant, but they had no workers, so I did everything. I was a hostess, the waitress, I washed the dishes, I cleaned the bathroom, I sat people down. Then I started going to modeling school. Like right here, I was 14 years old, and you guys can see when I graduated, it says 2012, which means I was 14 years old. Then from there, I was in a beauty pageant when I was 15 years old, and I had my very first trip to Rocky Point, which was a huge deal because I had never traveled before. Then I worked at a seafood restaurant from 16 to 17 years old. Then I worked for this bus station modeling named Tap Royal. Then I modeled for beer, the beer that I put on my hair. Remember I told you guys? Then I upgraded and modeled for Fashion Nova. Then I had my own waist training line. And then I got like less shy and started modeling bikinis, as you can see right here. Then I would book like my own hotels in California, but they would be really cheap because I didn't have money. And I would buy myself Michael Kors purses because I thought it was cool, and I would buy them for my mom too. And I had a little room. I didn't have a big house yet. I worked at Cloud9 every Friday, which is a club, but it's not illegal because I wouldn't drink, so it doesn't matter that I was underage. And I would also host at other clubs like Monarch and like other clubs in Scottsdale here in Arizona. Those who live here know what I'm talking about. Like Paris and those types of clubs. And all my friends from high school went with me because we were all underage, but they got in everywhere because of me. Then I started working with like Javier Rosas, Alfredito Olivas, doing music videos, and also with like Migos, Al Capone, and Molly Mall. This music video is still on YouTube. You could find it. It was 6 years ago. I was 17 years old. Right here with French Montana and Lil Yachty, I was already 18, I think. And then I graduated high school, but I took off my gown to take some photos, and they went viral because I was automatically a hoe because I had a tight dress and a big butt. So I was a really big hoe for that. That's me and my little sister. And TMZ would post me often back then. I wish they still posted me now. Univision Deportes would also post me, and El Diario de Nueva York. They made so much articles of me comparing me to Kim Kardashian like all the time, and so much celebrities would share those articles. Then they started comparing me to Kylie Jenner. And then they tried saying that supposedly Tyga tried contacting me at 17, but that was false. I was 18 and it was just to model for Last Kings. Then he posted this where he was saying that it doesn't matter if my butt is fake or not because people are going to hate regardless, which is true. Then they started saying that my butt was the weirdest butt in the world. Then they started comparing me to Matilda. Like, that's not even me. Then this video of me went viral where I'm using my little cousin and little brother as weights. It came out on Daily Mail. Then I was just like all over the place on all these newspapers in Mexico and like other countries like Colombia. Then they would put me a lot on this show, Al Extremo. Then I modeled for Philip Plein, which is my biggest accomplishment in the modeling world. But now I'm a businesswoman and I'm most likely going to get married and have babies soon.